Hello, everybody. Let's take a look at gold. Now, we're going to talk about a trade in the way that you can make some bank here trading gold. Now, I'm going to specifically talk to a really small retail accounts. If you're a trader, especially my members, okay, and you have a really small retail account and you can't take on some of the bigger trades, like every day I cover. Today's Friday, so I don't usually do video, but I'm going to do a video here, which occasionally I do that on a Friday just as some extra value to the membership, okay? Usually every day, Monday through Thursday, I'm reviewing the stock market. I'm showing a lot of different symbols, and I primarily focus on the S&P 500 and the S&P 500 futures. Now, those are a pricey product, right? What do I mean by that? So they require you to have some decent amount of margin. So let's go over to the S&P 500. We'll come back to gold. But look at this. You need to have $20,000. As a matter of fact, they've recently increased the initial margin. So S&P 500, because of the big pullback, it went from I think it was 17,000. Now it's 20,000. I'm not going to stay on this for very long here, but I just think the way that the world is right now, everybody's trying to rip everybody off. It's just so horribly bad. And when I see this initial margin going skyrocketing like this, it just typifies how bad things really are. But in any case, you can see how expensive it is to trade one E-mini. It's almost $21,000, okay? So let's go back to gold. We're looking at a micro product, all right? And you can see the micro product down here is $1,320. So it's significantly cheaper to trade this product. Okay, now of course you're not going to make as much money trading it because you're getting less profitable access to profits because of the amount of value each tick has. Okay, what is a tick? A tick is each movement in price along this scale. Okay. So for a micro product, this tick value, this actual, what it equates to in dollars, one tick, let's say from 24.7290 to 24.73, is that dollar value, if it goes up one tick, is much smaller than if you do let's say the E-mini product instead of this E-micro, okay? But we're not going to dive too deep into the specifications of futures and commodities. I just want to talk about how small retail account holders can make money trading commodities and futures because there are micro products that let you do that, okay? You can see one, as I'm looking at this one here today, E-micro gold futures. Now, all you need for this product is $1,320, at least for this broker. This is Schwab, which I hate Schwab, but I'm still using their data. And some brokers are probably a little bit cheaper than Schwab. But anyway, it's around $1,300 for margin. That's reasonable. Okay. There's some other products that are even cheaper. Like if you go to corn, okay, corn is XC, E-mini corn. Look at corn, $266. So if you want to trade some commodities and you're looking to do it on the cheap, well, some of the E-mini grains are super cheap. Okay, corn, wheat, they're all super cheap. Okay, but today we're going to focus on gold, okay? So micro gold futures. And we're going to talk about how I would make money trading this product. And I have made money trading this product many times before. In fact, where I am at right now as far as my account and how I'm accessing the marketplace, it's changed quite a bit just in the last week or two. I was with Charles Schwab and I pulled all my money out of there because they're a horrible broker and they literally stole like $3,200 of my money, which I won't go into that right now. That's whatever. There's a video on my channel. You can go watch it. But anyway, I've made some changes about where my money's at. And I'm not going to dive into all that right now, but I still have some money sitting in some brokers where it lets me trade some E-micros. So I probably will trade some micro products. So gold is one of them because gold, why would I pick gold? Is it just because, oh my gosh, it's gold. Gold is great. It sounds good. Let's go trade it. No. I'm going to talk how I personally pick which products are the best products to trade. Okay, it all comes down to whether or not they have a really good cycle. Now we're looking at the hourly chart here. So just so we're clear, I'm drawing cycles here on the hourly chart. If you don't know what cycle analysis is, I'm going to give you a super quick crash course on it. Basically, some products, when I say products, I mean any symbol. That could be stock, that could be futures, that could be commodities, okay? Some products will have predictable patterns to them. Not all products do, okay? We want the products that have very predictable patterns. Well, what do I mean by patterns? We're not necessarily talking about candlestick patterns, even though that does come into play. We're talking about price increase and price decline. Money flows in, money flows out. And in at least a recognizable, predictable pattern, or what we call cycles. Okay, so if we look at, for instance, this cycle right here, this little arc is just a visual tool, okay, a visual way for us to help identify cycles. It could be square, like that. It could just be little marks on the screen, whatever. Okay, we're just using semicircles to do it. Okay, arcs. And what we're looking for is any place on this chart. Okay, let me just start. Okay, let me save this as hourly, and I'm going to show you how I do this from the beginning because this is really important. This is how I make money. Okay, in the market, hourly. So I got that saved. I'll go back to default. Now I can delete these cycles because I know I can get them back. Okay, this is how I would start off. In this case, looking at an hourly chart, and I would try to see if a product does have cycles with it, associated with it, predictable cycles. Okay. Now, just so I'm clear, especially for my members, anybody who wants to become a member, I look at multiple time frame charts. I look at 5 minute, 15 minute, 1 hour, 2 hour, daily, and even weekly. And if there's some, and occasionally I'll even look at monthly. So I'm looking at a lot of different charts. Now I can just hear some people saying, boy, that's very exhaustive. It isn't really. After you get good at this, I might spend 5 to 10 minutes max looking at all the charts because I can just bang through them quick. Okay, but here we're on the hourly chart. So we're going to identify, I'm going to take this, what is this tool I'm looking at right here for those that want to know? This is called Epic Pen. This is the free version. Okay, there's also a paid version. You can get the free version if you want. Okay, I'm using the free version. Okay, and what I'm going to do with Epic Pen, I have it set at yellow because the background is black here, so yellow stands out. I'm going to go along and just identify low spots on this hourly chart that's for like 1 to the last 3.5 weeks. Okay, and I'm just going to put a little mark. Like I can see there's one right there. There's a low here. There's a low here. Okay, there's one over here. There might be a couple in there. I'm not going to pick all of them. There's one right there, and there's one right there, and there might even be one over here, okay? So I can identify there's some places in this product for the last 2.5, 3 weeks where there's some low spots, okay? And in the beginning, it's probably a good idea. You should do something like this, okay? I've been doing this a long time, so I don't really need that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pick a drawing tool. I'm going to pick this thing down here called Cycle Brackets, okay? I'm just clicking with my mouse, my left button on my mouse, and I'm going to click it and then just drag it. Okay, so I clicked it once. I'm going to drag it over to this other low right here. And I'm going to hold it there. I'm not going to click again. Once you click again, it'll set it in place. You can always delete it if you want to. But what I'm looking at right now is, what I'm looking for is, do other cycles line up? Are there other lows, I should say, lining up with this, me pulling from here to here? Okay, clearly those two line up because I'm pulling from one to the next. But I'm looking for other ones. Yeah, I see another one lining up, and I'll show you to you in a minute. Okay, but I'm going to check out some other smaller cycles here. That's too small. I know from experience, really small cycles is a bad idea. Okay, I'm going to pull to a little bit further out, kind of look around. This cycle here is really good. Okay, this is a really good cycle right here. It's pretty good. It's not great, but it's pretty good. Okay, and I'm going to pull to this cycle here because I'm seeing a couple other cycles. Boom, boom, boom. Just okay. I'm going to go back to this one. There's more than one cycle here, and I'll stick with this one for now. This one's fairly decent. Okay, just to keep things simple, I'm not going to draw on the other cycles that I see in here. I'm going to turn this to yellow because it's kind of easy to see, okay? All right, so does it make sense? This is a low. This is a low. Yep. There's a little bit of a low right here. It ain't much, but there's something there. There's one right here. There's clearly one right here, right? It runs a little long. We're okay with that. There's one right here. It's a little bit early. It's okay. And there isn't really one right there. Okay. There's another cycle in here that lines up with this one, but I'm not going to draw it right now. So I'm looking at this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. This cycle's bang on. Back here, it's a little off, came a little early. Yes, cycles will change over time. So anyways, I feel pretty confident about this cycle, okay? I know there's another cycle in here, and I would draw it as well, but like I said, for the sake of this video, I'm going to keep it simple and just draw one cycle, okay? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hover over this little arc, and you can see there's an end time there, midnight. Okay, today happens to be Friday, but if it wasn't, let's say it's a Thursday, then I would know there's a projected low for midnight tonight. Okay. Look at this beautiful rhythm here. There's a cycle low here and a cycle low here. Look at this. It came up. This gold kind of failed on the here's the middle point of this cycle. It failed on this side, right? You can see it failed over here and started coming down. So that's called a left-hand translation cycle, and it's kind of weak, to be honest. All right. More than likely, this cycle right here, this hourly cycle, isn't going to get up to here. It isn't going to make it up to 2,500. It's going to run out of gas probably before that. Could be wrong, because momentum's looking pretty strong here, but it could be wrong. But we'll always do analysis kind of on the fly. But in any case, let's go back to this cycle right here, this cycle. Talk about this big old cycle here on the hourly chart. How would I make money here? Well, I know this cycle failed on the left-hand side, right? We know it failed over here. It's failed. It's weak. So I know as the SMI gets up over here near the end of this cycle, I'm looking for it to roll over, and sure enough, it rolled over. I'm taking a short side trade right there at about 24.40. Okay, I might only go for 10 points here, right? I might just be super conservative, just go from 24.40 down to 24.30. Okay, let's go. I might just do one contract. Because remember, we're only talking about someone with a really small retail account, right? They got $1,300. That's all they got. They have $2,000 sitting in their account. So they can trade $1,300, but not much more. So how much money could you make on this trade? Let's zoom in a little bit here. Okay. We're talking about you got in, as this thing began to roll over, right? Began to roll over, do this. You got in like right here. As it began to tip down over these first 3 hours, you realize it's going to come down. Momentum's starting to fade. You jump in at 24.40, right on this line, 24.40, and you ride it for 10 points down to 24.30, 10 points down, and you get out. Because by then, SMI is kind of near the bottom, and you don't want to take any more risk on. You're willing to get out of there. Okay, let's go see. What would 10 points do on 1 micro? Let's go over to the spreadsheet. We'll look at the actual money that was made. Okay, this is a spreadsheet I put together a long time ago. We're going to be looking at, if I can find it, here it is right here, E Micro Gold. And let me go over to the left. We're going to look at something on the left. Here, Micro Gold right here. Oh, I'm one off. Sorry, I got to go up one. E Micro Gold right here. There's the 1320. Okay. Now we're going to go to the right. We're going to put in the beginning value and the end value. We said 24.40, which I think I've already done this, but we'll look at it anyway. Give me a second here. Yep. So this is the beginning value right here, 24.40, and this is the end value, 24.30. Right? How much did I make? $100. Spreadsheet's calculating this for me because it's an equation. I made $100. I might pay a small commission on this. I'm fine with it. There's $100 just like that. Okay, let's go back to the charts. Okay, back here on the chart, we're talking about this little area here. Oh, we made some money come down like that. Easy peasy. Okay, we know this is a weak cycle. We know it's not strong. Now let's look at a cycle where it's the opposite and the gold is strong. This is the hourly chart. This has happened over a period of hours. Okay, so this is like an 8 to 10 hour period from here to here, right? You can count the number of candlesticks there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9-hour period, you made $100. See, it's just about being patient. Now we know that we got a cycle low there because we've drawn it, right? And we're waiting to see does gold pop up. Sure enough, it turns and starts going up. Momentum starts to cross over right here, starts to take off. Might be a little patient. Jump in somewhere right in here. 2430. And it goes all the way up. No reason to get out here as the SMI just stays pegged. Momentum is super strong, way above the zero line. And it starts to run out of gas up here, starts to roll over, you get out somewhere right in here. And guess what? You went from 2430 up to 2460, 30 points. Well, we know, because we just looked at 10 points, that would be $300. $300. So you made $100 over here. You made $300 over here just by being patient. Okay? And that's how you make money with a really small retail account in gold on the 1 hour chart. Okay? If you want to become a member, there's a link in the description of this video. Okay? Just use the link. Make sure you read the instructions. It's only $7.99 a month. Look at this. On this one trade, you made enough money to cover your subscription for how many months? You know, more than 10 months, like a whole year's worth of subscription right there in one trade. All right. This is just one of the, I streamed this product live, by the way. Gold, this 1 hour chart is streamed live to members with the cycles. So you can take advantage of that. All right. Right, so today I just wanted to cover for the members and any potential new members, this is how you make money with a small retail account. In this case, we looked at gold. Super easy to make money if you're patient. You got to be patient when you're trading. Keep your positions small. Don't get crazy. Make a few $100. Move on to your next trade. Okay, that's how you do it. That's how you consistently make money without getting yourself in trouble. All right, that's it for today. Hope everybody had a great week of trading. Today's Friday. Enjoy your weekend. We'll talk to you on Monday.